Alright, Marvel Rivals on Linux. So I did a quick sort of benchmark run the other day, and I did not have it Vsynced for the run, but I do normally play it Vsynced. I play on a 75 Hz FreeSync monitor. However, let's get into some of the results of the benchmark as well as my system specs. So first of all, this sort of video you're watching was just an AI match that I played, and this is sort of the replay that I've been using to kind of do the benchmarking. So we had a 0.1% minimum FPS of 20.9. We had a 1% minimum of 31.8. We had a 97 percentile of 97.9, so that's pretty decent. Overall, the game does run really well. It does dip below 70 every so often, as indicated by the average. The average FPS was 64.9. Now this is on high settings with AMD FSR set to ultra quality. This is how I prefer to play it. Quality, I don't know, it does run better obviously, but it does start looking a little bit worse. And my system specs are RX 6600 XT, and that's the 8 gig card, and we're running a Ryzen 5 3500X. That was that Chinese model that did end up making it overseas in some places, and 16 gigs DDR4 3000 megahertz RAM. And let's have a look at some specs in terms of those usages. So our GPU load on average was 78.5%. CPU load was 86.1. Average GPU temps, nobody really cares about temps. They were all pretty much below 70 degrees, so that's fine. The average VRAM usage was 6 gigs. The average RAM usage for my system was 9.6 gigs. So I've got plenty of room to play with my 16 gigs of RAM. Again, I generally find that when playing games on Linux, depending on how you got your desktop environment and everything set up, you generally use a lot less RAM than on Windows. We do have a swap file. Swap file is very similar to page file for those of you who are still on Windows, but that one, it's generally just the system offloading. So average usage there was 3.4 gigs. Our loads, our peak GPU load was 96, peak CPU load was 92.6, and those are like spikes. Those are the absolute peaks, so no real reason to worry about those too much. We had peak VRAM usage was at 6.3, so still a lot of breathing room on the 8 gig card for that. And peak RAM usage was 10, still a lot of breathing room on the 16 gigs for that. So guys, I hope that helps you kind of give you a rough idea of what your system would be able to do. Yes, you can play this with FSR off or FSR set to native. Absolutely you can. I just find setting it to ultra quality does help just that little bit, just to keep those averages above 60 and make the gameplay a little bit more of a smoother experience. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you play on Linux? Do you play on Windows? Are you considering moving over from Windows to Linux, etc, etc? I'd also just love to hear your opinion about the game in general. It seems to be quite a popular game. They seem to be doing a lot of things right in terms of this genre, and a lot of people disagree and just think that there's still a lot of balancing that needs to take place, but that's quite normal for these types of titles. So anyways, let me know. Have a good day. See you in the next video. Bye.